Elden Ring masterfully manipulates you. And it's a good thing. You'd be surprised how simple yet effective techniques are used to influence your actions and feelings during gameplay. The game's most obvious influence on players' actions is through points of interest, locations and objects designed to look curious, important and useful to the player. It's often achieved by scale differences and detailing. The most known example is the first step. At the beginning of the game, the player is unknowingly exposed to major locations required to finish his journey. The example that I love is Shadow of the Erdtree first location. After reaching the seemingly open gravesite plains, no matter where you go, you'll probably end up in the Scorching Ruins, the first point of interest of the DLC. Next, Furnace Golem will take your attention. Running away from it to the closest site of grace, you'll find yourself at Tree Path Cross. From all these routes you could possibly take, you probably approach the giant gate instead of exploring past the bridge to the north. The scale and detail play a huge role here, but also the site of grace is just closer to the gate than to any other interesting object. This way the designers masterfully guide you to the first legacy dungeon of the DLC, Bellurat. Provided examples are very important in such a big and open world. Thanks to mentioned techniques, you usually have some sense of where to go and what's your current main objective. It makes skipping important content very unlikely, and the player even more excited for what's to come. Now, what if I told you that the game breaks this exact rule for its own benefit? Frenzied Flame ending and associated locations are provisionally named by me points of disinterest. It's hidden deep underneath the Leyndell castle, accessible through a single well. It's so easy to miss. The players often learn about this very late, after reaching mountaintops and talking to Ayura, or rather Shabriri, possessing her. He encourages the player to explore in order to save Melina, player's maiden, who accompanied him through the whole game. Down there it only gets worse. Rats, annoying enemies, labyrinth of sewers. All of it makes it ridiculously hard to reach the ending if you don't Google the path. On the way, Melina herself asks the player, defeating the final boss of the sewers leaves you in a dead end. You need to uncover a fake wall to continue your path. Then you witness one of the most depressing areas in the entire game as you reach the annoying parkour section, another thing made to discourage you. On the bottom, there is a huge menacing door that requires you to strip before you enter. Melina gives you a final warning and sets hard boundaries.
I will kill you.
After all of that, you can finally save her, if you think it's worth the price. It's a brilliant section in a way, and complete opposite of point of interest. It's hard to find, the game keeps throwing obstacles at you. All of this prevents players from accidentally going to get the Frenzied Flame ending. It's crucial because it's the only ending that locks other conclusions. There are also smaller, repeated points of interest. They are not as big and glowing as the previous examples and don't take the main spotlight, but still stand out from the rest of the map, like minor Erdtrees. After encountering 2 or 3 of these, the player already knows what to expect. 1. There might be a boss fight with Erdtree avatar or its variation. 2. There are always crystal tears to be found, just like Sorcerer Towers, where you can always expect puzzles and items related to magic, or Divine Towers letting you activate power-ups looted from major bosses. Other less notable examples are mines and ruins. You know there might be a basement in the ruins with some interesting loot. If you need to upgrade your weapon, you'll look for mines and loot smithing stones. This repetition is intentional and wonderful. You, as a player, don't feel completely lost in a new, unfamiliar place. After a few hours, you can plan your travels accordingly and skip objects you're not currently interested in. It gives you a sense of safety and control in exploration. Also, have you ever noticed how many roads there are in Elden Ring? They are almost everywhere and almost always lead to some interesting places. It's pretty logical. why build a road leading to nothing? That's why we intuitively follow them. The creators made sure that every time we follow a road, we end up somewhere, often in a major, important location. But if met with a dead end, you always end up in an interesting place with an item or upgrade. After following the roads a few times, you associate path with destination, even if unknown. Once again, the game manipulates you into meeting certain places without words in use. Speaking of intuition, if you played Elden Ring, you can probably tell what regions these are without googling. This is thanks to distinctive color palettes assigned to each region. Every part of the lands between has a color attached to it. This way you never feel completely lost, having a sense of where you are. In the DLC, the palettes are a little bit more complicated, and colors seem to be differently pronounced. Skadu Altus has a different kind of yellow than Altus Plateau. Rao Ruins Green is warmer than Limgrave, and so on. Every person who played Elden Ring probably remembers their first time when they reached Caelid. Literal hell. Some of them got the idea and immediately turned back, while others decided to enjoy the pain and proceed. Generally, in Elden Ring, players often intuitively know whether they're in an early, middle, or late game. Elden Ring, as proven, masterfully manipulates you, but not in a bad way. All of these carefully planned procedures enhance the experience. Points of interest, roads, colors, nothing is chosen and made by accident. Feel free to share in comments if you have any other examples of this cool stuff. Remember about the 3 magical buttons if you want to let me know if you liked the video. I'm waiting for your feedback and see you next time.